ahead and hit the record button there. Now we've got it for posterity. All right. So last time that we were playing, you had defeated this massive nightmare creature and its horde of otherworldly black monsters. You succeeded in doing so and defending the farm and lived to see another day. We will say at this point that it is now, that was at dusk. You are now at the verge of dawn. So we're talking hours after the last fight ended. You sit inside of the farmhouse, across the big table from Illyria as she is pouring wine for everyone. The look on her face should be excitement, but it's sort of more of a quiet, stoic type of feeling. She's just sort of ready to move on. She pays you your coin and gives you the opportunity to either stay there and work the farm or move along. But if you decide to move along, she will gift you the wagon that you were using to carry the toad. So you have a way to ride along. So regardless of choice, the next destination is up to you. You can technically head right back to Roost because that's where you came from. But you are also, that is 4 days journey. You are 2 days journey from the major city of Reeth, where you can literally get anything. The opportunity is bound there, including they have the largest temple in the entire continent. William.
Yes.
Something that your character would probably be interested in. Would any one of you opt to stay and work the farm? Not indefinitely. Is that an option? If given the opportunity to work here as opposed to just moving along with your life, do you choose to do that? That's my first question for you.
Sadly, Gregor's following the bad guys, so I can't stay.
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to follow the adventure and not work. Thanks.
I'm not a farmhand. Fireballs.
With our battle buddy in danger, we can't stay here as much as I like hard work.
That is not a major surprise to her, and she toasts your health and wishes you the best. From this point forward, you are now working as a group, and she is acknowledging that. And so she raises a glass to toast you and says, "So what do you call your adventuring party?"
We all look at each other like we are a party.
We never thought of naming ourselves before.
Well, if you're going to be going around solving people's problems and defeating massive creatures like that, well, someone's going to need to be able to sing your praises. And what am I supposed to do? Name a bunch of people nobody's heard of? Or sing a legend?
Wait, isn't one of us royalty with no followers?
I mean, kind of.
Are you gonna claim the name for all of us and be like, we're all this now, so you can have some nobleness?
The first thought I had was murder hobos, but I don't think we're gonna go by that.
Murder hobos.
That is problematic.
How about Torch and the Demon Slayers?
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't Torch the one that slayed the demon?
And fell off the wall.
We were there too.
But she did get the kill. So, and working together, we all ended up killing the demon.
We could
Or
just be
Nightmare
demon
Slayers, I guess.
slayers.
Torch and her support group.
I feel like that is a very after school special type of group. Ryan, do you have anything to chime in?
My first thought was Monster Hunters.
That's a pretty good one.
I like it.
There's four of us. We could be the Fantastic Four. Just saying.
Is that that's the one with the big rock guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Thing and Mr. Fantastic who can stretch, and Sue Storm who can disappear,
man.
and Johnny Blaze. No, that was Ghost Rider. It's
The stretch guy, can he like grab stuff that's far away?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to leave the couch.
Johnny Storm,
It's Johnny Storm.
yeah.
Human Torch.
Yeah. It's I had said Johnny Blaze, who is the name of the first person who became Ghost Rider.
Right. So Daedrus, Warlock
Also,
spell, Human Torch. Or actually, I guess he'd be Mr. Fantastic. And Heather likes to try to disappear every now and then, so we got Invisible Woman.
It's true.
And Torch is Torch. I mean, it's on the nose. We could be Torch and the Fantastic Three. I mean, it's
This is entirely up to the four of you. This is your adventuring party's name, and this is the name that's going to move forward with you. So take as much time as you like to debate this.
I like where we're going with this. I'm pretty happy.
So, do we want to go with Monster Hunters or the Fantastic Four or what?
I don't know. Fantastic Four is kind of on the nose there.
I like it.
It does work. I'm
Okay.
down with the Fantastic Four. Let's do it.
Awesome. So she raises a glass to the Fantastic Four. We're gonna get sued. All right, so none of these recordings can ever make it to the internet, or we're all gonna get sued.
Only after they make a good movie.
They're on the road for it. John Krasinski already signed on to be Mr. Fantastic again.
Which one is he?
John Krasinski?
Yeah.
He played gosh, what's his name?
Was he the one in Divergent?
He was Jim in The Office.
Okay.
That's what I know him as best. He did that for like 12 years, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he also played Mr. Fantastic in the latest Doctor Strange movie, if nobody else has seen that. Pretty cool.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
That guy. Anyway. Okay, great. So you have an adventuring party name, and you have been gifted your own wagon. I mean, included with it, you have instead of a pony, which has been pulling you this whole time, which has a maximum land speed of 40 feet per turn. So 40 feet per 3 seconds. You have now been upgraded to a stallion, which gives you 80. So you now can move twice as fast in your wagon. It means that you can travel faster.
Works for me.
So, okay. So the morning after, are you rolling out? Are you going to give yourself some time to recuperate after that battle?
I mean, if we're all rested the morning after, let's hit the road.
Okay.
Gregor's getting away.
Cool. So next day,
Amir agrees with this.
next day in, the lot of you board into your wagon. Illyria tells you that the horse's name is Sam. Sam likes apples and cheese. and comes
Amir goes
running.
back in the house, asks for extra apples.
There's a barrel of apples. As you begin your journey, it is now dawn of the next day. You've had a full 24 hours to rest and recuperate, gather your strength, and move on to the next part of your adventure. Things are a bit more uncertain now because you don't have an exact destination. You just know the direction that you're heading. And you don't have an actual quest as much as you have a plan. The problem is that plans don't pay money. So you're going to have to find work somewhere. How much money
Gotta
do
get
each
the
of you have?
money.
Who's got the most right now? I'm curious.
Well, weren't we given 1,000 gold pieces for
Yeah,
that?
250 a piece is what it broke down to.
Yeah, I gotta remember where we had gold at.
It
There's my
is
goal.
There it is.
inventory. Oh, Heather, you have way more gold than you thought you did. I'm gonna give you the gold. Six.
Hmm.
There.
I'm so blind.
Magic. Okay. It's
They're
it's under inventory, and at the top right in there, it'll say how many gold pieces you have.
Oh, for Pete's sake, it's right there.
Yeah, I just adjusted yours so that it's got the right amount. Heather.
Thanks, friend.
Absolutely. Go through and make
So I
sure.
need to add 250 to it, right?
That's correct.
Yes. Now, who had the platinum pieces?
Excellent question.
Because one of us had 2 platinum pieces.
Uh-huh.
And-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and whoever that is the person who has the most money in our group.
Well, remember that each platinum piece is only worth
10 gold.
10 gold.
That's-
Like they are, I mean, yeah, they're worth a lot more than 1 gold, but it's not like it was in 3rd edition where 1 platinum is worth like 100 gold.
I suppose that's true.
Anyway,
I have 361 gold pieces.
More than me.
Very nice.
366.
ooh,
Dang.
Emir ahead by a nickel. What's great about that though is that if you're all close to 300, that means that you actually have a lot of money. To put it in perspective for you, a normal peasant would have to work a year to make a gold piece. So you have more than 3 lifetimes worth of human in gold right now.
We rolling in it, y'all.
Right.
I was gonna say I'm on no working, adventuring.
Let's go party.
It's like,
Right.
wait a minute. So I don't have to kill any monsters anymore?
You mean I
Uh,
could just go buy stuff?
Yes,
But
so
for joy though.
where's Hence, murder hobos. I mean, plus Ymir, who is a murder hobo / visit the temple.
right.
As long as you can confirm they've done something bad, we're good.
So what you're saying is that when you encounter anything that you want to kill, Ryan, you have to yell, "It's coming right for us," before you Eldritch Blast it.
No, I just have to.
I see that William got my joke.
I just have to be able to roll deceptively against William.
That's a classic, ain't it, Will?
Yes, it is.
Me
I still remember the very first night that came out.
too.
I was 14. Good Lord.
Deep cuts. Anywho,
I just have to do a deception check against Ymar. He just said it. I have to be able to confirm it did something bad. Well, everybody knows I lie for a living, so. Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. Is this in character? This
It very well could be. Is that what we're going to declare right now? Because this could be interesting.
I mean, I don't know if Yamara declared that, but I certainly wasn't saying it out loud. I'm not giving away the advantage.
Yes, Amir would have said out loud, as long as they've done something bad.
I'll make a note of that.
I don't mean stub someone's toe. There are obviously evil things out there, and I don't just random nilly kill goblins. They have to do something bad. I'm not one of those paladins. Oh, right. None of you would get that joke. I'll explain later.
So as you all begin your travels, Kelly, William, both of your characters
I'll be right back.
start to notice that the closer you are together, the more you start to sync up with what you're doing, what you're thinking. Both of you will reach for the reins at the same time. Both of you will be looking out the same side of the cart at the same time. Both of you might be tapping your fingers at the exact same pace.
Twinsies. All right. This is okay.
I'd like you both to make a wisdom save for me. I'm sorry, wisdom check. Wisdom check. 16, beautiful.
Could be worse.
I mean, you definitely didn't roll like a William this game. Chapter 2, bringing it back.
Nope, I brought along my Bard Lucky token.
Epic. You gonna
Hey,
roll, Kelly?
what's the Bard's name?
I'm trying. I was
Okay.
like, a click button.
Tonks.
Docs?
Tonks.
Like for me, the
Hold on.
wisdom thing's all at the top and clicking on it does nothing, right? Is that where it is? Right.
Let me look at your sheet.
All right.
You got a 10. There we are. Yeah, all I had to do was click on your actual wisdom score up at the top. Do you want to try, or do you want to take the 10?
The 10's fine. I just think it's interesting. It didn't do anything. I don't know. Not sure.
All right. So Torch with a 10, you essentially think exactly that. Like, oh, cool, twinsies. With a 16, William, something feels unusual to you. And as you start to sort of, your brain starts to process what that could be, you hear some snickering from inside your head.
You know, the weird part is this is actually getting normal.
Right.
I think I do have written down somewhere back here. William is nuts. Where was it?
He sees things that we don't, but we don't know
Um,
that yet.
There it is. William is nuts.
Heather, Amir is not.
Wait a minute, in the midst of the last battle, didn't we audibly hear whatever it was that keeps talking to Ymir?
Yep.
And didn't I tell him in the middle of that battle we are going to be talking about that later?
Yep. That talk just hasn't happened yet.
It's later.
Not at this very moment, Ryan, because we're declaring actions.
Oh, fine.
So yes, you hear a snickering in your head. Very familiar tone. It's
Hey, knock it off. You got me in trouble last time.
It feels good being near kin, huh?
What?
It'll be
That was in
even,
character.
it'll be even more interesting where we're headed.
Stronger, or are they going to think I'm more nuts?
Well, why can't it be both?
Torch, this is about to get really, really interesting, or really, really interesting.
What is?
The adventure we're about to find ourselves on. I have this odd, strange feeling that where we're going is going to be intense and fun.
You're about to find yourself on.
All
Did
right,
you say
Twinsy.
kin or? Sorry.
Kidding, like family.
Okay.
The voice is still there. 2 days travel to the south, underneath the gray rock by the city sign, you'll find exactly what I've left for you. Don't let anyone see it, not unless you really trust them or you're ready to kill them.
Just because it'll be faster in my own head, not out loud, I would actually say, these are battle buddies. Who else would I trust?
Well, just because you fight together doesn't mean you fight together.
Oh, that's deep. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
You
And I'm a
just
dwarf. I could think for days.
and not come up with anything.
Hey, I gotta think about that.
So, Emir, I'm curious at this point, do you have a name for this voice or are you just calling it the voice?
The voice. I have not given it a name yet.
I'm just curious.
We're gonna get sued for that one too. I'm just saying.
The
It's
voice.
Shakira.
Shakira.
Is that the show she's on, or is that The View? I don't know.
I don't even know. I don't. Now I'm imagining
What's his
Shakira
name is
playing
Shakira.
D&D. I can't get that image out of my head now, and it is just glorious.
I was gonna say.
Okay, here's
You're
the real
welcome.
test if we're being
Uh,
recorded. Green Lantern was awesome, but Deadpool sucked.
Fail.
Well,
Okay, we're good.
we haven't been smoked yet.
It's coming. It's
That
coming.
That means that either Ryan Reynolds is not listening, or you're not as magic as you might think you are. What I recommend: 2 spoonfuls of sugar right in the eyes. It'll brighten everything up. I mean, at least everything looks sweet after that.
So since you brought up an interesting point, what do you want to be called? Is what I say.
You can call me friend.
I have no reason to discount that. Absolutely. Let's do that.
I've watched your back so far, haven't I?
Ooh.
Absolutely. It's been fun.
Good. Then we
And you
don't
helped the battle buddies. So I have no complaints.
Good.
As long as I have no complaints, you're good.
Good. It's good to hear. I'm glad that we work together now. You feel the coin in your pocket get a little heavier, but you feel yourself get stronger. William, I would like you to add a +2 to your strength mod.
Okay.
Dang.
That was the wrong button.
That's what they all say.
Hey, That was wrong button.
If you need me to make the adjustment, I can. Anyway,
How do I do that?
I'll do it.
Okay,
There you are.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Make that little adjustment.
Do we happen to have a map of the location we're going to? I don't remember. Does anybody else?
And
I saw
there you
Reef. Where did I see Reef?
go. The main game map is on the D&D Beyond page.
Yeah, that's, I was gonna say, I saw it someplace.
So you have a general idea of your direction. Illyria was able to tell you before that to head towards Reef, you have to go further south along the side of the coast until eventually you reach the outskirts of the city. So it's 2 days travel with your current horse. It is probably 6 days travel by foot. So you have a sincere advantage here as far as your travel ability.
How far are we away from our friend Gregor?
You don't know where Gregor is. You know the direction Gregor went. And Gregor went south.
Well, I
So are
signaled
we
the
as-
torch. Grab the reins. Let's go.
All right, so we're officially heading south.
So is your plan, because like I said, it's 2 days travel, is your plan to ride through the 2 days and not break? Or are you going to make camp along the way? Because that would be 2 nights out.
It's in camp so we don't get exhausted, right?
That does
Mhm.
help you from getting exhaustion. However, being in this kind of territory, camping means that it's possible that you could get ambushed. So there are wins and losses here. So it depends on your group knowing all of that information. What choice do you make Fantastic Four?
I'm okay with camping simply because when we get to where we're going, I don't want us to be exhausted. There are great dangers in that city.
Excellent point.
We could camp just a couple hours outside the city. That might be a little bit safer, might be less bandits and things to deal with, that being that close to the city.
Or being that close to the city might draw more bandits from the city to us.
I prefer a cup half full kind of a mentality.
I prefer a nice camping place out in the middle of nowhere where, bandits from the city might not be lurking.
I feel like no matter where we go, our dungeon master's gonna try to kill us.
And it's his job.
So here's how it works. You're going to see a lot of this now, because now that we've gotten through what is our training wheels adventure, we're getting into bigger things. So random encounters. If you are out in the world, and you're not actively involved in something and you make camp, it is entirely possible that I will roll dice to randomly be able to figure out whether or not something is there and it's going to try and attack you.
That sounds like fun.
The flip side on that is I also could randomly roll and instead you find something yourself. But there is a possibility that you will end up in an encounter or worse. And I don't mean worse like you'll die. I mean worse like you might have some of your stuff stolen.
Do the sorcerers, Torch or Lord Dado, you guys happen to have a spell along the lines of alarm?
Lord, that is a warlock, and no, he doesn't have that particular spell.
Okay,
Have an alarm?
No, I don't.
it would be,
I don't think.
I've
Kelly
seen
would
it
have
as
that.
a, Orison, a level 0 spell. Basically, what you do is you set up a small area that if anything that's not us trips it, it lets us know while we're camping.
Okay, so there is an alarm spell. However, alarm is a spell only available to rangers, wizards, and artificers.
Son of a,
Monkey's uncle.
Oh,
feel
and
gypped, I don't know why.
and Oath of the Watchers paladins, which you're also not.
All right, all right.
If you're looking for options here, while you don't have access to that spell, Lord Dadu does in fact have a pseudo dragon
Also true.
that doesn't need to sleep.
That's useful information. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
We don't have to
I,
take shifts. We got one, the night watch is covered.
More specifically, though, to be clear, what I mean is that the pseudo dragon doesn't necessarily need to sleep when you're sleeping, because since you're in a cart, it can sleep while you're traveling. It's still a monster, and it still has limitations.
I mean, must you call her a monster? I prefer to think of her as a creature. Just saying.
and that is wonderful, and I appreciate and I accept that.
if she's gonna watch her back at night, I'm calling her friend. I don't know what you're talking about.
Gotta have kiddo around.
Yeah, her name is in fact Kiddo.
Okay, so what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that your plan is to camp along the way.
Yes,
Let me
I
make-
would say at the beginning of the first night.
Okay. Pull out my dice then.
My suggestion is not a big camp. We could probably put a couple people on the back of the wagon and sleep pretty comfortably. I'm okay with sleeping on the dirt.
I mean, with our various given sizes, we might be able to fit in there like a Tetris puzzle. I'm just saying.
Are you gonna be Little Spoon?
Yeah,
So what did I get?
I'm a hard pass.
31?
Nothing wrong with being Little Spoon.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Okay. And let me do it one more for the second night.
okay, for the rest of you, all I see on his face is loot. That's just all I see right there. Just
I wanna know what he knows.
Okay.
And-
That's a new kind of fun.
see, you heard him.
So
Or that's I'm gonna kill a pally. Those two looks on their face are very, very similar.
so here's the fun thing. Random encounter tables, it's not like one number for one thing. They're like groupings of like 2 or 3 numbers at a time that correspond to a thing on the table. I rolled a 31 and a 33. Both are in the same group.
Nice.
Ogres.
What do we get?
So
Ogres.
I'm gonna augment it slightly because that's the only way I think this is gonna make sense. So your first night, when you decide to make camp, you are close enough to the sea that you can smell it. You can probably see it in the distance, but it is not close enough that you can touch the water or anything like that yet.
Okay.
As you make camp and the moon begins to rise, you see in the distance, far over near the line where the plains begin to meet the hills before they go up into the mountains, you see 2 adult red dragons fighting each other for territory. engaged in the most ridiculously, unbelievably impressive combat that any of you have ever seen. These two monsters that are unheard of, the things that are unseen, the type of thing that most people, when they witness it, don't live to tell anyone about it. You are watching it right now, hundreds of miles from you, and they still look like they're as big as buildings. These are big monsters. The fighting continues throughout the entire night.
So as we first see that and everything, I'm gonna reach over and pet Kiddo, be like, it's okay, you'll be that big one day.
Thanks, William. I'm glad you caught it.
That's a whole lot of shut up right there.
Isn't it? So yeah, you don't have any issue with getting sleep. The noise isn't loud enough that it prevents you from doing that. It does, however, create a situation that makes it quite challenging to pay attention to any conversation that night. Could you pass the... Upon the next morning, you find that the two of them have finished fighting. There is one standing atop another one, eating it like a pinned animal. There is a successor. One of them did walk away, well, the winner. So you pack up camp and begin heading further south towards the sea. And as you do, you begin to see the giant shadow of that massive adult red dragon begin to take form overhead.
Oh. Oh.
It looks from what you're seeing now, but without even looking up, the size of this shadow is about the size of like 5 school buses.
I nudged the bard. Make sure you get my name right.
And looking up into the sky, you can see that it is so far up there that you can't even make out its scales from here. This thing is huge.
Oh my gosh.
Don't make eye contact, just keep going forward. It won't notice us, we're too small.
And it begins to circle overhead.
Well,
Not just you, but this whole area right here. And the shadow begins to get bigger and bigger, and it begins to take this one big turn, and it appears that it is now headed towards the city of Reef.
it's gonna poop. That's what they do when they circle.
That's true. I heard so.
So it is ahead of you right now. As you continue to travel south, it stays ahead of you. And as you are reaching camp on your second night, you can see off in the distance that it is now close enough to the city that both of them look to be about the same size. Yes, this dragon is as big as a city.
Question. How far away from the other dragon's body are we?
1 day's travel.
Ooh, that makes some good armor.
Yes, it would. And it would make some ridiculously powerful arrows.
What does Torch think?
We're not planning to go anywhere just yet. Let me finish describing the scene you're in.
Okay.
So as you reach the second day, or the second evening, and you are now at a place where you can make camp, you see that the dragon and the city are now about the same size off in the distance. You are now camped beside the sea, so you have access to fresh water. You can tell now that there are well-worn paths, probably by local traders, that are heading towards this city, and you're no longer on this forgotten dirt road leading out of the plains. As the dragon gets closer to the city, you see one long, singular silver beam of light jut out from the center of the city and hit the dragon dead center mass. And it begins to crumble away like it's made out of ash and vanishes entirely. None of you have any explanation for that. There's no magic that you have ever heard of that is powerful enough that in one move could do that, short of a wish spell. So what you just witnessed is unique in probably one of the most awe-inspiring and scary ways.
We're all good with Jesus? All right, well, let's keep going.
Anyway, yeah, so you're now at the end of day 2 and you are about probably close to like 5, maybe 6 hours out from the city. So you make camp, you witness this. What's your plan for the evening? Do you have anything you're wanting to do now? Were you actually intending on trying to head back to the dragon carcass?
I'll be honest with you, buddies. I'm torn because a dragon carcass that I didn't have to almost die to kill is hard to come across.
Odds are
And
we're
that
probably
would-
gonna. Go ahead,
That might
Seth.
be useful to help us save Gregor.
It's true.
And I have gold to bribe a blacksmith with.
So here's
Yeah,
the
but
thing.
can you roll a deception check so that I don't actually think that you're lying out of your butt right there on this
No,
side?
I was about to say, honestly, so William, if Amir is going to try and convince anyone about how this is good for Gregor, he should either be making a persuasion or a deception check, depending upon what your intent is here. If you mean what you're saying, that you think that this is going to help, it's a persuasion check. If you're doing it because you want to go and butcher a dragon so you can take all the good shit that comes from that, then it's deception. It depends on whatever you believe your character's motivation would be for this.
Right, good guy.
There is no wrong answer. 2 doors, 1 road.
I don't know what that says, but I've been honest with you so far. A dragon skin armor or a shield or I mean, it's dragon skin. The only thing that gets through it is other dragons.
Okay. Ryan, if you want to try and oppose this, this technically goes for any of you. If you want to try and oppose this idea, if you want to sort of test whether or not William's intentions are good, you need to make an insight roll.
As Lord Data, I'm gonna say I don't care if his intentions are good. It's a good idea, not only for the scales, but we can load up anything we find in it and sell it in this city. Assuming that there aren't already bandits that are a day ahead of us going after that thing. And if there are, well, we are murder helpers. I'm just saying.
And it's 5 school buses big at least, right? There might be more than enough skin to go for everybody. Maybe.
Dragon scales are incredibly strong. And funny enough, one of the few things that can easily cut through dragon scales is dragon claws. So you have access to both if you're at a carcass.
I'm up for going for it. I think, oddly enough, I will Lord Dadu's thinking, I want to know if I can make armor for Kiddo out of dragon scale.
What color is Kiddo?
Kiddo is purple with teal tipped scales.
Well, purple, red, and teal together seems like a 70s rec room, but I'm gonna put it like this, Ryan. I've never had anyone that wanted to armor their familiar before, so I'm gonna leave that to a roll whenever the thing becomes an actual thing. If you have the materials in front of you, we can make a roll for it and see if you can accomplish that.
All right, so I'm up for going for it.
Okay, you too, Heather?
I think so.
Okay, cool. So you spend the night here, and upon the next dawn, you break for where the dragon that fell is. You can still see it in the distance, even with it being a day out from you. As you travel now, you are having to go off of the road and off into the actual grasslands. So it's a bit harder going. I would like to know who is leading this wagon. Like, who is the person that has the reins?
Am I driving again? Are we always driving? You're all short people, can't hold the reins.
Well, that's true. I forgot
On
about
my
that.
screen, I'm pointing at Torch.
Yeah, on
I'm fine
mine
with that.
too.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Oh, I'm reversed for some reason.
All right.
Anyway,
Getting on, Sam, with those reins. We got apples, right?
somebody high five me. Anyway. Anyway. Okay, so Torch, that means that I need you to make an animal handling check.
All right.
Oh, right, the smell, huh? That's not loud.
What I had just declared is that it was tough going over this grassland. So right now it's about steering this horse over the grass while it's pulling a wagon.
I stand corrected. Never mind.
There's no secret chicanery going on.
I'm hitting all the little thingies and nothing's happening. Why is this not working this evening?
Because it's our first game back, and of course nothing works the way we intended to.
I know, and I don't want your rolls, no offense.
Why don't you try refreshing your page?
I have twice now.
Maybe it
Turn
doesn't
it
work.
off and back on again.
Hmm.
Click all the thingies.
Have you considered rubbing the hard drive with cheetah blood to make it move faster?
Ooh.
Cheetah blood.
Or what do they call it nowadays? Do you want to defrag it? I still say cheetah blood is the way to go, but you know
Wait.
what? If you're modern.
Wait, defrag it and everything, and you were talking to me about a 70s comment?
Defrag is from the 90s. That's not that long ago. It's like 10 years ago. Come on now.
See, you see how I reacted with a smile and Heather reacted with absolute no. Now tell me which one of us is more hurt by that, Ryan. And then apologize to Heather.
According to
Don't-
this, oh no, that's defragler. What is defragler?
Oh gosh.
That is a defrag program that's written by the same people who made CC Cleaner. Anyway,
We should make them villains in here.
I still don't see a roll from you, Torch. You still having
I-
trouble?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have you roll for me.
No
even.
problem. I got you. And there we are.
Really don't know what's.
That's a 7.
That is nuts. See, I don't like your rolling for me. I don't get to redo this one. I don't have any prizes.
So here's the thing, and this is not me saying no. This is the fun of it. It's carried with me for generations at this point. Every time I sit down at a table, it is a poor choice to roll the DM's dice.
No, I've learned this already. That's what I didn't want you to, but I also don't. I want to keep playing. So
Here, because you can't roll, I'll give it to you and roll it with advantage. We'll see if the second roll is better. The second roll is a 20.
all right. See.
So I now I got to ask you, Kelly, do you want to keep the 7 or the 20?
What? 20.
I think that feels like the right choice. But you know what? It's your game, and I'm not going to run it for you.
It's a trick question.
No, it wasn't. Say 20.
Awesome. Yeah. So you a 20 is perfect. You're able to steer this horse without any issue. And William, is Amir actually feeding this horse apples?
Every now and then, yes.
So like at camp every night, I assume? Cool. Give me 1 second. It's a good cool this time.
You know what's sad about an apple addiction is that you can't tell the doctor about it.
Oh, that hit just right.
Amazing.
I love
That's getting texted to my friends.
Okie dokie. So you continue to feed apples to this horse, and Sam begins to pick up speed. A lot of speed. I told you that this horse could travel at 80 feet, which is pretty fast. And any animal, including you, if need be, can travel at double their speed. But they can't do anything else but move. So it can move 160 feet at a full gallop. What you've done, though, is you have given it another 80.
Heck yes.
Whoa,
Because
so
because feeding it those apples is going to double its normal speed. But I'm not going to quadruple its speed just because it's moving. That's a bit much. But I'll give it to you that it stacks. So your horse is now clocking at like 240 or something like that, like fast as all hell. Fast enough that anyone that's riding in the back of the cart has to hold on.
Oh, you little people, hold on.
So all you guys see if you glance back is this. Random bugs in my teeth.
ah,
You know, you can close the visor on that helmet. I know. Not the imagery of that. So yeah, it takes you much less time than you had intended. And we'll say that you can get there in closer to about 12 hours, which is damn fast. So you're now here in the afternoon in front of this gigantic adult great worm. It is unheard of to see one of these things in the wild, let alone dead in front of you. So it is both amazing and also kind of terrifying, because not only did you witness this thing get killed, but the thing that killed it, you witnessed get just disintegrated.
Why did you call it a great worm?
Because that is what it is.
I thought it was a red dragon.
It is. A great worm is the oldest of all dragons. If a dragon, red, green, blue, black, white, whatever, has lived more than 5,000 years, it's a great worm.
Hmm.
So this sucker is old and powerful and deadly. And being that it's a red dragon, also insanely dangerous. But
Yeah.
but here it is, lying dead at your feet. I would like all of you to make a perception check. Woo! 18.
Oh, I'm in awe. I don't see nothing. I'm just in awe.
Ooh, 23. Nice.
I click all the buttons with nothing.
What browser are you using, out of curiosity?
Chrome.
Can you try launching it in an incognito tab, see if it does anything?
Yeah.
Just trying to see if I can give you back control. I'm perfect.
Yeah.
I am perfectly fine rolling your dice for you, but
We know
history-
how it goes.
History
Yes,
has
we know
shown
how
it isn't good for you.
You mean you rolled a
I'm
I got
distracted and
nothing.
in
I don't
awe,
even have the
apparently.
game log. I don't have the dice down in the bottom.
I
don't know.
see you rolled a William.
I see that none of you rolled a stealth roll. You're lucky the dragon didn't hear you.
I don't know that a dragon the size of a city is going to care about something it sees the size of an ant.
Or an uncle.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure. Go ahead and roll for me. I'm
Got it.
not.
Okay. Hey, that ain't bad. Got you a 13.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I tried so hard. All righty. So
And got so far.
that's
Hi,
enough.
sorry.
That's enough. That's enough. Okie dokie. So that means that everybody but Amir, which is not something I'm used to saying, huh? Everybody but Amir is able to notice that along the back ridges of this dragon, there are small yellowish greenish creatures that are painted in black war paint and carrying spears and slingshots. They look to be like tiny dragon creatures, maybe about the same size as a halfling.
can we tell what they're doing?
Well, first of all, there's about 40 of them, give or take. Most of them are right now engaged in peeling scales off of the back of this dragon. There are 5, however, who have all begun to point at each other and then point down at you. Like,
They don't look like they're willing to share.
Maybe the rest of my party should share.
and the 5 of them
I-
begin this slow slide down the side of the dragon to about where you're at. You've got effectively 1 round of combat before they're going to be there with you. Emir, 100% taken aback by a cloud in the sky that looks like a dragon. Do you think that's another one?
It
I
could
think
be.
I'd like to tell Amir what's going on. There's just green fellows falling down from up there.
Yeah, so you come back to Earth and find that you are literally on the doorstep of an encounter. Let me see. Insight 14, 13, 13, 13, 14. Cool. All of you, based off of just what you've got as your passive, You were able to tell that these creatures look hostile. Anyone that would like to can make a history or arcana check to figure out what these buggers are.
All of us are just,
Anybody.
okay,
Anybody at all. You've all noticed them at this point because you pointed it out to Amir.
okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
Torch, I show you, you made a roll.
Wow, really?
Yeah, perception check.
It finally went through? I clicked a lot of times.
It shows it was 4 minutes ago now, but or wait, was that
That might have been
was
when I
that
was getting it done for me.
Arnold doing that for you?
That was me.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm on
I
your
am
sheet.
trying Firefox though.
I'm on your sheet, and both your history and arcana are a +1. So, Torch, you rolled an 18. Congratulations. You and Lord Dadu are the only people that made this.
Makes sense.
Both of you are 100% certain that what you're looking at are kobolds.
do we know what kobolds are?
Both of you would. That's what this role is about. Everyone knows what they look like. It's you two that know what they are. Kobolds are sort of dragon kin. They are dragon creatures, but they are not proper dragons. And because of that, kobolds tend to worship dragons like they're gods. However, kobolds, just like dragons, come in all sorts of colors. And red kobolds tend to favor red dragons, black kobolds, black dragons, and so on. So this is a giant red dragon, and these are yellow kobolds. They are yellow and green.
So,
So they're
pack-
thieves from a rival.
Maybe. Your character doesn't know that,
Oh,
but maybe.
I'm gonna clue our two other friends in on this, and tell them exactly what's sliding down the back of the giant dragon toward us.
They have reached you now, and they appear to be armed with very primitive weapons. However, one of them, while they all sort of stand about 2 feet tall, one of them is almost 3.5 feet tall and is wearing what looks to be the skull of another kobold as a hat.
Amir points his axe at him.
They are covered in what looks to be blood that has been written out in all sorts of different runes all over their body. They definitely look like they're in charge.
You mean all 5 of them are covered like that?
No, only one of them.
Okay, just the one.
Yes. So here's your moment. Kelly, Ryan, even though you've informed the other two about what these things are, you two made the roll, so you two are actually intimately aware of what kobolds are. Because of that, I'm going to let you make the decision here, knowing what they are, and knowing that they are usually less threatening to things that seem more threatening to them. Do you want to engage these people in combat, or do you want to try and intimidate them to make them run away? The two of you are the only people in this group that would know that that's a possibility. And I need a decision without discussing it.
You just want us to DM you?
No, I don't need you to DM me. The two of you together have to make a decision what you want to do. But this isn't something that your characters have time to convey to the rest of the party.
Lord Daddy's all about intimidation and deception, so I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's intend to, yep.
Intimidation. All right, so these things are coming up on you fast. Make that intimidation check for me. 18. That's badass. All right, so they get to roll insight against that with disadvantage. Shut the fuck up.
I want to know what he knows.
What?
He rolled nat 20s.
I rolled
Two
two
of 'em.
nat 20s at the same time.
They want to fight. The
gonna
universe
get
has
real.
spoken, homie.
I have never seen that. That's insane. This is a random number generator that rolls these dice. Why in the fuck would it give me two 20s at once? This is yeah, okay, so the fates have deemed it that these kobolds are not fucking kidding around. They're here to kick ass and take dragon bits.
Is anybody else happy that you rolled those 220s before the battle started?
Get them out of the way.
I'm beside myself here. This is nuts. All right.
Amir is still pointing his axe at the guy with the skull in his face, that by the way.
Right.
I would like to. Can I unleash vicious mockery?
In a second, I'm going to have you all roll initiative.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I need just 1 second to pull up my kobold stats so that I'm giving you accurate numbers.
Kelly, did Firefox work any better for you?
I have no. So far, no. It's the same exact screen that does have no dice and no ability to roll anything or even see the game log. So I don't know
Okay.
what's going on.
So that means that they get to roll initiative.
Is it okay if we go ahead and roll?
Yes, you can all roll for initiative. The mighty kobolds got a 5. They are dead set that they're going to come for you, but they don't know how to do it.
And
Ugh. I broke my character.
I don't know. You still rolled higher than Amir.
the kobold rolled higher than Amir.
I mean, fair.
Yay.
Can I help you, Sonic?
It was like, oh, wow, people.
Oh crap. Oh, there's people. Oh no.
Yeah, so this right here is what happens when Dad says no more cats and someone has 2 black kittens.
Did you get them both?
Sonic and Shadow.
I made a deal with my husband to have one cat and he gets a gun for it. What happened is we had the one cat, another cat started coming by and hanging out. And I wasn't letting the first cat in and out, but like the other cat kept coming in and out. So I was like, I'll let both cats out. And the first cat ran away, didn't come back for 2 days. The new cat kept coming in and Drew's like, fine, we'll keep the new cat. Well, then the old cat came back. So I got 2 cats and got one gun.
Ah,
That's fun. Alrighty. So you look back over here. 3, 13, 5. I still don't see one from you, Kelly. Do you want me to roll it?
Yes, please.
Okay. 4. Honestly, it sounds bad, but it's not. It's par at this point. So Lord Dadu, you get to go first with a 13.
hmm.
I'm sure it'll be really, really shocking what I'm gonna do here.
Are you gonna surrender?
No.
I'm thinking of the Send It guy right now. Like Ryan is the Send It guy. You know he's just gonna blast it.
Yeah, we're gonna fire Eldritch Blast and we're gonna aim for the like we say, go big or go home. So the guy with all the ruins who's, just a wee bit taller than the other ones. Yeah, we're gonna go for him.
All right. Tell me. Show me that roll. Let me see it. Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Boom.
That's a hell of a hit. All right. $14 damage. Okay. So you level your hand at the big guy, and unleash Eldritch Blast on him. It hits him like right in the throat, and you hear him gurgle as the skull flies off his head, and he's like, he's still alive, but he's clearly now unable to cast.
He's still alive.
Is Amir allowed to say anything?
Sure.
Told you.
All right. So, Tonks, it's you.
It's my turn.
It is. You and I shared the 5, but I always default to the player.
Aha. Can I go with Vicious Mockery?
Sure. I like fishing mockery.
Gonna do a lot of cussing. I
Good.
guess.
Excellent.
Yeah, but this is almost a kid show, so all we hear is beep 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 beep.
Your mother
Mhm.
was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
I dare you, Heather, say it. That's on the recording.
I fart in your general direction.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes, I love bards. All right, cool. So, I do. I love bards.
You got mushrooms playing Link? I can't come right now. Not right now, okay? I love you. In a minute, okay? I promise. He's into Zelda now. Only
Ah,
it's not called Zelda. It's Link.
well, you know. All right,
Because he
so
doesn't know.
it's a wisdom save for them, so they have to roll against that. Your wisdom save is 12. So right, is that a singular? One action. At a creature. So are you doing it at the same guy that they were attacking?
Yeah.
That is a nat 1. That is a nat 1.
Boom.
Wow. All right. Yeah, so you unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If the target can hear you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on their next attack roll. So, yeah, all right. You want to roll your damage, Heather?
Roll that beautiful damage footage.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe this is a real spell.
What, Vicious Mockery?
Yeah.
I love that spell. Hey, okay, awesome. So he takes 3 points of psychic damage and cannot attack. Oh,
But his first round sucks.
it has disadvantage on the next attack. Okay, disadvantage. Cool. Honestly, the timing on that could not have been perfect, or could have not have been more perfect, because now it is his turn. Let's go back in here. Mr. Kobold. Let's do all right. Ryan, the small swarm of kobolds, the 4 of them, rush at you. What's your AC?
16.
Okay.
So since I usually have my shield out,
So none of them hit?
They get a +1, but yeah, still none of them hit. So all 4 of them rush at you, and I'm gonna say that they hit you, but they deal literally no damage. They run up on you like 4 children and just bang at your knees.
When they're doing that, can I just hold out my hand and put it on their forehead?
Well, there's 4 of them, so sure, you can do that with one of them. I don't care. Fine. Not like we'll do it to the one that rolled a nat 1 somehow. I cursed my own shit by rolling 2 20s at once.
I
Ruined.
mean,
Just ruined.
all at once.
Okay, and
well, also I've got protection. So while wielding my shield, a creature I can see attacks a target other than me within 5 feet. You can use a reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. So I was going to say, if I'm close enough, I would step in the way.
you didn't have to anyway, though. These guys didn't even hit. However, though, Kelly, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Do you mean you need to make a wisdom save for Kelly?
I said what I said, and I will do what I've got to do.
Yeah, you have to. Wait, I've clicked. I've clicked everywhere. Wisdom, click. I don't know.
You got a 9. Okay. So here's a fun bit. So Kelly, Torch rolled a 9 on a DC 15, effectively failing the roll. Hold on. So you feel like, have you ever had anything sort of creepy crawly like a bug run along your skin?
Mhm.
It's like that, but in your brain.
Oh, you fun.
Like you feel it sort of writhing its way up inside of you, and you hear a very, very, very intimidating voice say, "Run." And as every muscle in your body twitches like it needs to move, your body locks in place and your legs freeze tight to the ground. And Emir, you hear the voice in your head again go, "Oh, this is going to get good."
Amir just braces. I want to see this.
As a large shard of ice stabs up through the ground, impaling the tallest of the kobolds, and then melts immediately. Kelly, you still have this high adrenaline urge to do something, but the threat is gone now, and you don't feel the need to run away, but you still feel that fight or flight response kicked in. So now you're all full of adrenaline. Next on our initiative. Too many character sheets open. This is why I need more monitors. All right. So after them, the next person in line for initiative is Torch.
So a bunch of adrenaline, can't run.
Your feet are no longer frozen. All of the ice is now diminished. It's gone. And like I said, you still have that sort of high energy adrenaline rushing through you, but you no longer have that sharp voice in your head compelling you to run. And all four of these things that are left are now surrounding Ryan, even though it doesn't appear as though they're doing anything.
But I can jump or kick at them anyways, right?
You
Like
can-
adrenaline drop kick.
You have full range of all of your abilities. Whatever you roll at this point, as long as it isn't intelligence based, I'm going to give you advantage on. Intelligence based rolls, I'm going to give you disadvantage on because you have all of this adrenaline in your system and you're not thinking as clearly. So if you want to make an attack, or you want to cast a spell, or you want to do anything,
Kelly, you're not logged into D&D Beyond.
Is that what it? No, I'm logged in. What do you mean? Is that what it is? No, I'm logged in.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but if I go to our campaign and I go and I just view Kelly's character,
It
I get
doesn't
the
show I'm
same
logged in.
screen- No, I get the same screen you show or you sent me.
So it just looks like I'm not logged in, but I am logged in.
Sorry.
so maybe
But I mean that makes sense because like why isn't it showing me everything that's where I'm from? But I'm logged in.
anyway.
Anyways.
So Kelly, what are you going to do?
I want to attack them. I just don't know how I want to attack them yet. Hold on. Spells.
Sure.
Spells. Burning hands. I got an ice knife, but we just killed one with the ice. Where are we going with ice? I want to cast ice knife towards the ones closest to me, but at Ryan.
Uh-huh.
So
Yes.
the one that was wearing the skull, he is dead.
Yes. Impaled and is now no longer a threat of any kind. Not even twitching anymore.
I don't know if you can cast ice knife for me though, can you?
Sure.
Please do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling you, I'm logged in. We're gonna worry about it next session.
You rolled
Like
a
this one's already-
17. You rolled a 17. That is a hit on all of them.
Awesome.
And we will roll damage. 6. So that's 6 damage for each of them.
Your ice knife hits each of them? Dang.
Well, it hits a 5-foot circle. Or 5-foot sphere. So like all she has to do is hit it next to them and it's gonna hit all of them. Wow. All right. So here's the fun. You rolled a 6 on your ice knife damage. When you cast ice knife, instead of it coming out and sort of shooting out like a shard of ice, you see a T1000 level blade of ice extend out from your arm and zip through the necks of each of these things, and then whip back into your hand in a way that you've never seen that spell cast before.
Yay, adrenaline.
To be clear, your 6 damage is more than enough to kill each of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you now killed 4 things.
Oh,
Technically,
easy peasy.
technically, you killed all of them.
She killed all of them.
Yeah. So you've now dispatched all of these things, and the rest of the kobolds that are up on top of the dragon are all looking down at you now, and all sort of chattering between each other. You can't hear them because they're too far away. Here is the perfect chance, Kelly. You can now make an intimidation roll to scare
I
the
was
rest
about
of
to
these.
Right. Suck your 220s.
Right?
I
Take it.
can't roll myself.
All right. So we will roll intimidation and intimidation. Holy. No. That's definitely not right. Okay. No, like the die got caught on the side. I don't count that. It was literally sitting on one side, it was 4, and on the other side it was 18. And I've never seen it do that digitally, and I think that's bullshit. So, but 10. So where's the stats on that guy?
Can me and Lord Dotto yell with her?
Don't need it. Don't need it. Let me roll this.
Okay.
Okay. So, you you shout out at these things. What are you saying it to them? I'm curious.
I don't even think just words. It's just roar, right?
Awesome. I like that. So as you scream up at the lot of them, you hear this incredibly guttural howl like a winter storm through a hurricane. And it is much louder than Kelly ever would be. Torch has never ever sounded like this before. And all of these things just piss themselves and run.
All
Kelly,
right, scales for the taken.
Kelly, you feel incredibly cold right now. Like your whole body feels like it is just outside in the coldest winter you can imaginable, wearing nothing but your summer vest. And the feeling begins to fade the further away those kobolds get from you. But it's sudden and unusual. You've now defeated all of these kobolds, which equates to, there we are. So 50, let's call it 250 XP apiece.
Between us or per kobold?
Altogether, each of you get 250.
Figure it's better to double check that than, you know.
That's why I said it again. We have now reached the end of our usual scheduled time. You have now defeated these kobolds. I think that this is a good place for us to stop and pick up next time, so that we can properly search this dragon and you can have some fun doing it.
Heck yeah.
Everybody on board for that?
Mhm.
Cool. So I'm gonna go in and make some adjustments to things in Outlook tomorrow so that the scheduled stuff starts coming at the right times now, at least until my stuff straightens out. And I'll make the adjustments in the channel too, so that we don't have to worry about anything crossing. Does anybody have anything for me?
So just to clarify, 2 weeks from now when we have game, it'll be starting at 7:30, not 6:30.
Correct.
Right? Well, Central
7:30
time.
Central, yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome to Chapter 2. We have only just begun, and you have already seen 2 red dragons fighting for control of a country. So here we are.
I'm so sorry. William.
What did I miss?